Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifest that shit.
OD can't manage. I mean, the day just got away from me.
What's up, my gorgeous gigglers? We're going classic. We're going OG. Old
In the
school.
studio?
And me saying gorgeous
living room?
gigglers in the living room.
In our friendship, I feel like I've turned Hannah coded in like so many different situations where like if you had asked me like 5 years ago, I'd be like, ew. And now I'm like, I love it.
I've subconsciously been turning you into a rat.
I kind of like now I'm like so into that like our studio's ugly. Like I love it. I'll see a clip on TikTok and I'll stop not because it's us, because I'm like
It's jarring.
And I think we're masterminds on TikTok because everyone's gonna stop and be like,
This clip went viral. They're like, is that color yellow legal to put on a camera?
did they actually vomit on the wall?
It's like that sound that only dogs can hear. Only gigglers can see it.
No, I saw a giggler actually posted like if I were to design the Giggly Squad like studio, and she was
Burn it.
I
Burn
mean,
it down.
it was like insane. She did such a good job. I'm like, that would be $1 trillion. But I've been thinking, because who works in
I
the
love how we
summer?
only talk business on the pod. Like, we will not address it, and then you sit down and you go, new meeting on the docket.
Well, we're all in the same room.
What do we do in the studio? It's a problem.
My thought is this summer, like the summer's basically over, first of all. Let's
Yeah.
not even talk about that.
Summer's over.
Summer's done.
Done.
Which is insane.
Blink of an eye. I'm
Summer's
stressed
done.
about the fall.
It's literally Labor Day weekend.
It's Q7.
I think in the fall
We start anew.
we start anew.
It's so funny. I talked to Grace about this morning. I said, text Paige, because I was like, I don't want to go too hard at her. Like, you do it from the side and say, like, should we?
I think we have like a space.
Yes.
We go to a space.
And we fully together
Yeah.
design it.
And I've been seeing like all the different curtain vibes that people are doing. Like, what's our coloring? What's our thing? You know? And I
Yeah.
think we go OG, like black, like with the Giggling Squad.
I think we go pitch black.
Well, because it was really our colors were hot pink and black.
Yeah.
And then we turned,
Yeah.
we don't know.
We don't speak of whatever this color is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chose it.
Then
Yeah,
we had
the
like,
tone-
remember our old studio had like that wood paneling.
Yes. Look, we've gone through a lot of eras.
Yeah, we
but you know
really
what I can
have.
say?
Mhm.
You were in your creative era. She's Van Gogh. She sees things and she goes, wait, I'm so creative right now.
It's like a Monet. Up close, it's really blurry, but far away, it's gorgeous.
I have to let you know that I did put my lip liner on before this pod,
Yeah.
but I realized very quickly that it was like, it needs to be sharpened. So I think I'm bleeding.
I'm actually not even going to address that.
That was a cry for help.
I don't
but
have like the mental
That's fine.
capacity
Move
for
on.
that. Have you ever tried the lip stains? Because I feel like you're like the perfect candidate for it. Because
Yes.
you're always complaining like, oh, my lips like lose color and
Yes.
stuff.
A lot of them can be drying,
Okay.
and then you have to like put a lip on after. I've bought them.
Got it. That's all
If you know-
that's
I bought all of them.
actually what I was asking.
I bought
Not
the
if
like
you use it.
the one that you pull off.
Yeah.
I bought it all. But
Okay.
like, I'm not waking up in the morning and like putting. That's too many steps. I want
Right.
to be in the Uber and be like, "Fuck, I forgot to put lipstick on."
Right.
And then put it on. There's something going on in the water right now.
Mhm.
There's a couple girls are dating men that I didn't see them going to that side.
Okay.
Jojo Siwa,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Fletcher,
Okay.
and Billie Eilish was seen kissing a man. Now, I am no one to talk because I kissed a man a week ago.
Yeah. Jez pops in. Hey. Yeah.
But this is unsettling.
It's unsettling because usually we see it the other way around. We see it like where women are like, and I've had it. And
Yeah.
I'll go to the women's side.
Yeah.
We rarely see it. This
means
it's setting us back.
Men might be evolving with new tricks.
Yeah.
Or we may just be tired. The girls are tired
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
but maybe we forgot.
The JoJo Siwa, because you watched that season of Love Island with me. He was on that season of Love Island that we watched in the bed.
Wow.
Because it was like one of the very first seasons we watched.
I only remember Curtis.
He's very Curtis Coat. They're kind of similar.
Okay, yeah, like they dance.
The JoJo Siwa one though, like that, I think about it every day.
Yeah.
And you want to know what I like about it though? She hasn't changed any of like her mannerisms, her outfits. Like it's not like she's like, oh, and now I'm with a guy, so I need to be more feminine. She's like, no, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And like I like kissing him for the moment. So like,
I do have
I'm
to say,
here for it, kind of.
Men love lesbians. And as someone who is lesbian passing, guys look, guys love a little sports chat. They love when you're wearing a jersey. They get hard-ons for that.
Wait, sometimes like I'll watch TikTok in the middle of the night because I'll wake up and like I'll be like, oh my God, if my thoughts start going, like we're in for it. So I'll just immediately pick up my phone and start scrolling.
No.
But I don't want the sound because I'm like, I want to fall back asleep. So I'll just watch like soundless. And then if it's something I'm really interested in, I'll do like one click up. I scroll past this video and it's a picture of me and then it's a picture of Paige, the NBA player.
Oh, Paige Beckers.
Yes.
Wait, I think I saw this.
I'm watching this video, no sound, and I'm like, oh my God, are they saying that we're together? Are people putting us as a couple? And then I like raise the volume and it's just like the name Paige is like and I'm like, oh, okay, sorry, my bad.
Freudian slip.
I was like, sorry, you put me in a lesbian relationship, I thought.
I love how you're starting your own rumors about yourself at this point. You're starting conspiracy theories.
I left reality TV this week. I feel like who's gonna start rumors about me if I don't now?
Can we have a moment of silence?
That's
Which we've never done.
Thank you.
Thank you. The end of a beautiful era.
I feel, like when you make like a drastic switch in your life and you're like, and before you do it, you're like, but how am I going to feel when I do it?
Yes.
Like, what if I regret it? I was like dealing with that. I was like, but what if I like say it to everyone and then I'm like, oh my God, no, I want to go back. I really feel so aligned.
You can Tom Brady it if you want to.
Totally.
That was just, a sports ref.
No, then I feel like, what am I, like the freshman in college going back to like her high school? Like, yeah, when I was here.
No, you're chewing gum with your car keys.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is Miss Leibowitz still here?
When I slept in that room for the first time.
I got fingered in that hallway.
So anyway. No, I feel good. It's kind of also like graduating college. Like you're like, oh, this is sad, but like, no, I want to go to the next step.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited.
Yeah.
And then like whilst you're doing it, you're like, you have a flashback where you're like, oh, I wish we could go back to college. Like that was so easy and fun. Like I'm sure I'll have that, but like I just feel like I gave all I could give.
But people don't talk about like. People do talk about it, Marilyn Monroe, but like nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
And you ever get a job when you're younger and you're like, this is what I'm going to do forever. Like, I'm obsessed with this.
Yeah.
Or you meet a guy and you're like, this is me now.
Yeah.
And then in a couple months or in a year, I mean, look at Beyonce's daughter, Rumi. Is that her name, Rumi?
Yeah, I think so.
So my favorite video on the internet right now is her going on stage the first show.
Yeah, being
the happiest
pumped.
she's ever been. She is over
Coming
it now.
out on like the fourth show, she's like, we got it. This is my mom. My sister's gorgeous. Thanks. No.
She looks at the crowd and she's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm overtime at this point. I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, I do think there's so many beautiful things that happen.
The fact that I'm starting my summer and no one's gonna say to me, what story would you like to tell this summer? Is just, I just feel like, what do people do in the summer?
I mean, the world is your oyster, as I said, season 1.
I'm so excited.
It's so exciting.
I'm gonna sleep so much.
I mean, you already did.
I'm literally.
You've been sleeping. No, but it's a freedom. It's such a weird job that it was.
It's such a weird job.
And you can't explain it to people.
Yeah. You really can't. And it's, yeah.
But I did see like some comments here or there and people were like, oh no, like we're gonna miss Paige or whatever. And it's like, but then people are like, well, we've have her on Giggly Squad every week where actually you get more of her.
You get way more of her. I literally just have to listen to Daphne. That's it. And she doesn't say anything.
And Grace.
And I need to thank the Gigglers because, well, when this comes out, Daphne would have launched. And just with like the email subscriptions, like I know it's Gigglers. Like, you know, like
Mhm.
I know when like my team is like, oh, this many people signed up and like in an hour they like give me an update. It's the gigglers. And it just makes me, I was so emotional all weekend. Like I kept tearing up because I was like, wait, the girls are like showing up. And it was just very sweet. And I'm wearing the Hannah tee.
Hell yeah. I love it. It looks so comfy.
Wait, I also have to talk about you for a minute.
Uh-oh.
Hannah sent me an edible arrangement to congratulate me on the launch of Daphne. And in the card, she wrote, congrats on the Hannah tea. I then go on Instagram and I see her comment. And her comment was from the Queen Julia Fox that she was, what is the guy's name? Brian Softy's muse in Uncut Gems.
I was Josh Softy's muse and I got jams.
So Hannah coded.
So I realized, is it a lot of responsibility being your muse? Yes. Every time you see me, you're looking at what inspiration I bring to the world.
I literally said in an interview the other day, I was like, and you can wear the pants with Crocs. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, sorry, I had to do that for the Hannahs because, like, if not, I just made everything for the Pages and they're going to feel left out and I don't want them to be sad.
I love how the Hannah, you're like, we have to keep the Hannahs okay. They will revolt. They're loud. Okay.
They're loud.
They could be pissed off.
They will forget, though. So, like, that's what we bank on. We're like, they forgot and now they're napping.
No, I don't know where that quote came in my head because I was like, I always feel a lot of pressure sometimes to comment. I feel so much pressure. I go, well, I was Josh Safdie's muse when I wrote Uncut Gems. And then I looked at fucking,
so good.
then I'm lying there with Butter and I'm looking at her and I said,
have you ever worked a
have
day?
you worked? I said, you have a bad attitude. You treat people the wrong way. There's been a bad reputation about you on sets, so you haven't even been invited to a set.
And you look at her and you're just like, you're not pleasant to be around.
But I was talking to Grace because I was like, we have to send her something, but I'm like, everyone's gonna send her flowers, and like, I'm special.
Yeah,
like I'm special.
It didn't even fit in my refrigerator. I literally had to eat it same day.
Well, I was like, I'm
not letting all this fruit go to waste.
I said to you, don't leave it out because the gnats will come.
Yeah.
Not speaking from experience, but I did have an edible arrangement sit around for about a week, and we had to like burn the house down.
Is that because you watch Sirens?
No.
Oh.
No. But edible arrangements I think are like hilarious.
They are fun. Like right when I saw because I like got home and so like I saw it when I got off the elevator and in my head I was like, who the fuck sent me a fucking edible arrangement? And then opening the card, I was just wait, this is so funny. A girl sent me a meme and it was look, we don't like to talk political on Giggly Squad because like we want you to like have an escape. But someone sent me a meme and was like, I'm so sorry, but this is so giggly coded. And it was like Elon Musk was like, okay, you know what? You actually wouldn't have even won it without me. And then it was like Donald Trump being like, okay, well, we spent way too much money on
Ginny and Georgia. Did you know it was coming out?
Yeah, I'm a Ginny in Georgia.
I knew it was coming out, but no one
Girly.
told me what episode. No one tells me anything.
Well, no one emailed us or anything.
The Gigglers were like, we love how you guys keep things secret. I'm like, we don't know what's going on. I was like, I'm in the dark like you.
Someone DM me and goes, what episode? I go, I have no fucking idea.
So if you want to know how this stuff works, a year ago, they were like, can you guys record this for Ginny and Georgia? We're like, we'd love to. And we like just recorded it on our couch.
And then we never heard it.
And then we never heard again from them. I was like, well.
At one point I was like, they cut it.
I thought they did cut it.
Yeah, me too. Well, they cut that it was Giggly Squad.
It was going to be Giggly Squad.
Because it went more with the story that it was like a murder podcast. But so fun. I love Ginny and Georgia.
So many people are watching. It's like #1 on Netflix right now. So we are actors.
I feel like I always say this when I interviewed the cast of Ginny and Georgia at the People's Choice Awards. Brianne Howie was so nice to me. Like they were just all really, really nice.
She also looks nice. Like, you know, people have nice faces. Like I'm like, you're a sweetie pie.
Yeah.
Like she can't be mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually met her at the Almost Pregnant premiere.
Yeah.
Where Kind of Pregnant premiere where I did the worm.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't see her after the worm event, but beforehand she was really, really
she's
nice.
Cute.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to bring up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I was texting one of my girlfriend
Other friends. Okay. Start with a fight.
And I noticed.
Did they send you edible arrangements?
No, I noticed her
think so.
location. and we were like around the corner from each other. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna like run to like where she is and just like see her on the street. She ended up like being in a hotel, like at a conference. Like, and I was like, sorry, okay, I guess I can't come in. But then I got to thinking, you and I have never
shared locations
ever. And I feel like I have all of my girlfriends' locations and they have mine. And there are so many times where I'm like, well, where is she?
But is that part of the fun with us? It's like, where is she? Where is she being? Except the only person who has my location is my mom.
Yeah.
That's the only person. I don't have Dez's location.
Have I ever had a boyfriend's location?
You've put tracking on their cars.
No, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think location sharing was a thing.
Yeah.
Until like the past couple of years.
I feel like
I didn't care.
In our days when we would go out, I could see that being so fun to be like, are the girls out? And like, where is everyone?
Right.
Like, you know, you're like not sure if you should go out at like 9:30.
But if I was like 22 and I had a boyfriend, he had my location, that would have been in no situation with that.
See, my mom was just like, hey, you haven't moved for 49 hours.
I think don't ever share your location with a man.
No. Never.
Even if that's your dad.
No. Well, let's be honest. Dads don't know how to use it.
Yeah,
My
they
dad
would
doesn't
never
know.
know.
My dad doesn't know how to post an Insta story.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that a man should ever know exactly where I am or what I'm thinking.
And put that on my
tombstone.
tombstone.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Put on a t-shirt. I actually had a funny mistake, which aren't they all? Marilyn Monroe said that. I went to Pilates a long time ago in LA.
Yeah.
And I signed up for it. And I felt so like organized. I signed up for Pilates in a different state. Like that was like a new level of admin for me. And I get there and it's like, she's like, she calls everyone's name and she doesn't call my name. And I was like, that's just
for like, who's here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, that's weird, but like, whatever. And I continue doing my Pilates class, whatever. I leave. Yesterday, I get a notification that I missed a Pilates class in LA. So I had signed up for a class like 3 months in advance and just showed up to a class and took the class.
Wait a minute. 3 months ago, you signed up for a Pilates class because you're like, oh, I'm going to be in LA in 3 months.
No. I was in LA signing up for that next morning. I think the months must have been like wrong.
Okay.
So I signed up for a random
in 3 months.
Showed up like I signed up for the class.
Got it.
Did the class, I guess, with enough confidence.
What do you think the instructors were saying after? Like, we had a vagabond in here.
She doesn't even go here. They must have been like a little confused, but I think like I fit in so well.
Yeah.
That they were like, no one's scamming us. But like I fully took a class for free, but then got me.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Or they were like, she's mentally disturbed. Don't go near her. Just let her.
She's a little confused. Do you know like how much I love smoothies?
I actually know.
I prefer it to dessert.
Really?
No, like me going to the airport and like you're not hungry, but you want to have something fun.
Yep.
I'm getting a smoothie.
Yeah.
Me on a drive with a friend. What do we get for a snack? Stop.
Yep.
And go to Tropical Smoothie Cafe. That is my favorite thing to do.
Wait.
And then you just milk it all like for too long.
A smoothie feels like a meal. And somebody who's been trying to take a day off, Tropical Smoothie Cafe makes you feel like you are on island time. Like it makes you feel like you are on vacation. You have no responsibilities.
Also, they have like actual snacks. I really want to try their PB Banana Crunch flatbread or their Caribbean Jerk chicken wrap. They sound like they taste great.
Wait, I love anything with peanut butter in it.
I also love their Bahama Mama smoothie because it's like fruity tropical. You would love their Detox Island Green because it's like green girl glow up.
She's a goddess.
And as long as there's a banana in it, it's like
brings
it together.
When I do drink something green, I do walk around for the rest of the day feeling better than most people.
100%. Because you are.
Yeah.
The ingredients are amazing and Tropical Smoothie Cafe is just so, so good. If you love Tropical Smoothie Cafe, tell us what we should try. Order ahead with the app to skip the line. We love a woman in STEM. Earn rewards. Do it the right way. Because no one just gets one smoothie a year. We're getting smoothies as part of our routine.
Cards.
Yes, bring back punch cards. Find your local Tropical Smoothie Cafe or visit tropicalsmoothiecafe.com to find a cafe near you. Tropical Smoothie Cafe, you're on tropic time now.
I have a fun update. And I'm asking this because I want to know from the girls that have frozen their eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I freeze my eggs, great. Then then that week after my retrieval, you're like waiting for your period. I get my period, great. I have that for like 7 days, okay. That was like 2 weeks ago. My boobs, huge, massive, have not gone down whatsoever. I'm like looking it up. I'm like, is this like a side effect of like freezing your eggs? Like, are they? And they're like, not really. Like, it usually like goes down immediately after like you stop giving yourself the shots because then your hormones are going down. I don't know if my boobs just like didn't get the memo. I've never had bigger boobs in my life. I'm like, so excited. And I'm really praying that they don't go away. Because then yesterday I was like, oh, I must just be getting my period again. That's why they're so big. And so I texted Josephine because we've like synced up. And she's like, no, we have like 2 weeks left.
I love what she says, we.
But I'm obsessed.
Wait, it's giving when girls were saying Accutane was making their nose smaller.
Yes. And some girls say spironolactone makes their boobs bigger. But I didn't experience that when I was on spironolactone.
I'm not a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Think that you actually needed estrogen and your body's just like responding really well to it.
I truly think that when I hit puberty, something like didn't go
Something went
right.
awry.
And then like I was fucked up from there on. Because I never had a regular period, even in high school. But no one said, everyone was like, okay, cool, doesn't care.
This is why hormones are like actually so important. And like men have hormones too. It's just like they're dealing with testosterone. We're dealing with estrogen. You dealt with testosterone. Do you feel different in other ways? Have you been nicer to people?
Oh God,
no.
I like cried. I've been like more emotional a little bit, but not like overly emotional.
Well, like appropriate for a circumstance.
Yes.
Like not like numb.
Yes.
Not like stone cold Steve Austin.
Appropriate for a circumstance.
Yeah, you're reacting as you should have in the past.
Sometimes I'll have a reaction and I'll think in my head, yeah, that's how a normal person keep doing.
Wait, this is Paige. What would a normal person do if my best friend's pet
there's
died?
so many times where people expect you to be like, oh, and my immediate reaction is like, okay, get over it.
That's what people are like, can Paige act?
God.
I'm like,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Do you know how many times I've had to pretend to care about a lot of things? And I'm like, wow. I don't give a fuck.
Literal Oscar worthy. Well, I'm happy for you. But I would say the whole like finding your feminine energy, I think it's all bullshit. The right guy will love you, a la Jojo Siwa, no matter how masculine you are. Be you. Be you. Like
no.
Feminine energy, when it tells you to like be more quiet or be more like astute to his needs, fuck him.
No, I like, you know how like girls say like you can see your mental illness through the people that you've dated. Oh, wow. If I truly went through my 20s and all of my boyfriends, I could tell you exactly what I thought about myself in that time period. And like I could tell you when I had high confidence. I could tell you when I had low confidence. I could tell you when I was like literally flailing and this guy made it seem like so it's.
They say the person that you settle for is who you believe you deserve. Yeah. Which is straight up a fact, but then you think about some situations. Mm-hmm. And when you're dating a guy who like, you don't know if he's fully into it and you don't know if you're even into him, but you just like want something. It's like, do you want him? Or do you want to talk about something that happened in your past that's still bothering you?
And also if like someone doesn't like you back and you're like trying to get them to like you, you have to realize that they're triggering something like in you that you have to prove to them. Like there are so many situationships I feel like in my 20s where I was like, you don't like me?
Perfect.
Now I have to prove all the reasons why I'm amazing.
In your 20s, I think because you're still becoming who you are, you immediately don't think like, oh, he's not the right guy for me. You're like, oh, I did something wrong. Like, let me try that again. Like, I just had to reframe myself for him. Yeah. Where now in my 30s, if someone didn't like me, I'd be like, ew, you have horrible taste.
And I'm like, I actually don't like you first. I didn't like you first.
I didn't like you first. Hot take 2 is that the person you ultimately end up with also is going to like like his demons have to be right for your demons.
Yeah,
but
they
you are
have to
still
align.
like solving a wound.
Yeah.
It just, you hope that it's in like the healthiest way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're not going to just find someone where everything's easy. It's more like what wound works.
Like when you started dating Des, did you go into it like being like, these are my wounds? Or did you like not even know until you were like in it and you're like, oh, he's helping me solve?
Yeah. Well, I've never dated an older guy before. So I really was like, this is so random. Like public schools is so random. Then everyone there was like, you have daddy issues. And I was like, I've never met a guy like this before. Why did I turn to Charlie XCX? I'm just like, have a brat summer with an old man, like whatever.
Yeah.
And I do think like every now and then he'll say something to me though that sounds
Wait,
like someone.
You know what we don't talk about is that Charlie XCX is like engaged, but like she so decenters men that like people don't even know.
Well, she's like me because we like love the gay community, but we like, if we speak about being straight, it's like embarrassing for us.
Yeah.
George.
That's her husband or
Yeah,
her
she'll be
fiance.
like, George.
Yeah.
George.
I love it.
I was like, has anyone checked on George? But it does like do certain things like that. I'll be like, oh my God, my dad has said the exact same thing to me.
Mhm.
Or like my brother would have said that, or he reminds
Yeah.
me of family,
Mhm.
which I think is important.
So
But
important.
family is obviously complicated. Sometimes it's like, oh, this feels so like home. And sometimes I'm like, ooh, like, okay, that reminds me of a girl who like needed to hear that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun.
Fun.
Cute. Or sometimes you're like, oh wait, when I heard that in my past, I would have reacted like this, but now I
Yeah.
react differently.
Okay.
Yeah. It's because also it's even like friendships. Like we bond for a
Mhm.
certain reason. Like
Yeah.
you remind me of my whole family. Like
Yeah.
you are Nana.
You know, I think, you know what I think you remind me of? I think you remind me of like my childhood friend.
Mm.
And so I think that like when we first met, there was like a certain like comfortability where like you were familiar. I was like, oh, you remind me of like my friend from middle school.
It was giving like we've known each other before.
Yeah.
Also, I do feel like your relationship with Gary your brother is
Mhm.
similar to you and me.
Yes.
Except Gary's like no, he's shy,
Yeah.
but then he's like not shy at all.
It's similar to our relationship because when we are together, it almost is like we're speaking our own language.
Yes.
You know, like we can joke with each other and someone can be like, oh, what is that? And it's like, it would be too long to explain.
Well,
And
you'll
it's
like talk to someone else and be a completely different person than when you like turn to me and Gary. Like I'm like, who was that who just talked to that person? I was like, okay.
Okay, let's normalize. Everyone gets a very different version of me.
But also, I would argue you are the same. People bring out different sides to
Mhm.
you. Like I've seen a lot of your sides.
Yeah.
And some people are luckier to have better sides.
Yes.
And that's the diplomatic way to put it.
That is so true.
What I also just realized, you know how it's true, we talk about it, like if you start dating a guy and all of his exes are really different from you, not just like hair color, I'm saying
Mhm.
like completely different perspective to life or completely different way she carries herself. I think
Mhm.
that's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
And I feel like with my friends, I'm the same way where like I've actually had, like looking back, besides Becca, who again, our friendship was based on humor
Mm-hmm.
and she was not girly at all.
Mm-hmm.
But like all my friends going back were like girly and popular
Mm.
who like they liked something about me and they took me in. But they had some of them had like toxic traits that I was like, oh shit, like I can't do this.
Yeah.
And like I found like better people for me over time, but they're
Yeah.
all like loosely
Oh yeah, no, I
similar
could do that
fonts.
with girlfriends.
like when I
too.
met Stephanie, I was like, oh, it makes so much sense. I'm not like a random kind of human.
Yeah.
Like you love these kind of people that are like warm and
I
funny.
I like loud people who are like, oh my God, and I just thought of another thing to say. And like, oh, and have you heard about that? And like can just yap because I like to like take the pressure off myself and I can just sit and be like, mm-hmm.
But then it's funny when you really feel comfortable, you turn into the yapper.
Yeah, then I'm yapping.
And you've been yapped. The
Yeah.
yapper has
You've been yapped.
been yapped.
We watched Materialist.
That's premiering in theaters only on June 13th. We got early access.
And I do have to say, it is a star-studded cast. We have Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, who is definitely up there in my celebrity crushes.
And every time I see him, I'm like, you get better looking.
And that's Men, which is in a whole nother podcast. And then Pedro Pascal, who is the it boy daddy.
wait, let me just say one thing before we like totally get into the movie. Dakota Johnson, people don't talk about her style enough. And I feel like in the movie, like everything she wears, I'm just like, you look phenomenal. But like her red carpet style.
She doesn't miss. She plays a dating coach. I think in another life, I'd want to be a matchmaker. Like, I'm obsessed with matchmaking.
See, I feel like it's so stressful, but it's such a good depiction of like what our modern day romance is currently, because I have so many friends who have dating coaches now.
Really?
Like dating coaches and like matchmakers, because people like are kind of sick of apps, I feel like.
Yeah.
And so I keep seeing them on Instagram like pop up and all of this stuff. So I feel like it is a really good depiction of what it's like as a woman dating.
In your 30s especially.
Especially when you are over 30.
Yeah, because they were saying it's like these girls don't need it, but they're like, if I can have like pay a little more to have a luxury dating experience because I can afford it, I will. But I've never seen dating explained in such like cutthroat, like not sugarcoating it ways where she was like, okay, we want a guy who makes over, 150K at this height. And then if he doesn't have his hair, he has to make this amount of money.
Yeah.
It was so like scientific data of dating.
It also gave you the other perspective of like men being in their 40s and being adamant that like they're not going over the age of 27. Like there's one scene where she talks about marriage has always been a business decision and how like different it is for women now.
It was just so interesting when it comes to dating.
It's also just like a classic love triangle that like has nuances and like very for today's world.
Go see the film in theaters. See all these beautiful faces on a big screen. It's so cute. Rom-com, girls' night out. I'm obsessed with this movie.
Materialist is out in theaters June 13th.
I have to say something really sad. This is like so sad and I can't believe I'm going to say it. Sex and the City, like the reboot. I'm such a defender of the reboot of Sex and the City. Like last year, people were like, it's the worst show ever. And I'm like, guys, give it a freaking chance.
Let them stretch.
Yeah, like who cares? We're literally watching for like the outfits.
Yeah.
Like everyone
Also,
was
it's
like
iconic. Like she could do anything and you're like,
right.
that
And
woman
you're just
raised
like,
me.
it's fine. Like, okay, it's cheeky. It's a little like not as serious as the original series. And like, guys, you're being too harsh. It's an entertainment show. This season. I'm livid. I'm so livid because I think that HBO needs to get it together. Okay?
Whoa, you're coming for
HBO needs to
corporation.
get it together. They're now ruining the original series. None of the characters are anything like how I would picture them to be in their 50s.
Oh, no.
You're telling me that Carrie fucking Bradshaw has a storyline where she's like, with her boyfriend of like 25 years ago and it's about like phone sex? No. Miranda is not Miranda. So it's like that's it. Why even talk about it?
Let it out.
Charlotte, like she's not that ditzy. Charlotte is a strong, like bring her back.
Speaking as the Charlotte of the group, she's smart.
Bring her back. She had give her own gallery that she had started.
Yes.
Like why did you keep her as this housewife like with fighting in the park about dogs? Like no, that is not what Charlotte came out to be. I hate to get heated.
Right now, with this energy, let's keep it going. Let's reimagine where they should be right now. Where should
so many
Carrie
different
be?
places. Actually, the new characters, like I like them better than the old characters.
Yeah, because I feel like you have a vision for them that they're not like upholding.
And I'm so sorry. People were really mad that like, oh, Miranda's a lesbian now. No, that legitimately happens.
Been a
But I'm like, that. Okay, who cares about that? Like, that actually does happen.
Yeah.
So much. I liked that.
Is
but
she
it's like,
running for mayor?
no, why not?
Why not?
She's the assertive lawyer. She's not some like, oh, I don't know. Like she should be dating like this other power lesbian who like runs the WNBA.
She's not dating a
I
power
don't know.
lesbian?
No, she can't even get a date on the show. And I'm like, oh my God, guys, no.
This is so antiquated. Just because she's a ginger doesn't mean she can't find love. That's so 1990s.
They make Carrie so like
Carrie should be like the fashion editor of
anything.
Literally like a cool indie mag, or she's writing on, or like
they have her living in this gorgeous home though. So like I
know
love
what
that.
she should do. She should be like the head like consultant for like the Real.
Yeah, like I make her, okay, there's a woman, the woman that created Moda Operandi, it's like
Yes.
a clothing store. Make her that. Like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? She didn't, like, she's not doing anything in like
she
fashion.
should be selling her vintage clothes while
And I'm just
writing-
like, I'm sure there's multiple women in their 50s that could have given you a list of actual problems that women in their 50s are going through.
Yeah.
That's why I liked the original Sex and the City, because I thought, oh my God, in my 20s, am I gonna have to deal with that? Oh my God, is
or
that gonna
30s. It was so realistically
Yes.
raw to be like, in your 30s, you're still getting fucked up at bars sometimes and saying, what's my purpose?
The first season of Sex in the City, they were 32.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that also needs to be pointed out
Yeah.
to the Facebook moms. But and now I'm like, I wanted to watch this because what are some problems I might have in my 50s that I would
Are
have
they
never
talking
even
about
thought
menopause?
about? Not really. Not really. Not really. And I'm livid.
What should Charlotte be doing? Charlotte should be dating a hot equestrian guy.
No, Charlotte's married. Let's not put her in a
is she
divorce.
married to
Harry,
the bald guy?
yeah.
Oh.
He's not.
He should have gone to Turkey by now, come back with new hair. The storyline is, does she like him with his new hair? Period. That's 3 episodes right there. You're welcome.
Charlotte's very like, it's very mom focused with like her kids
Okay.
and stuff, which is like fine.
But I want them to
But
be
like
entrepreneurial.
I'm like Charlotte running around as like worrying about her kids getting into college is not. Charlotte's smarter than that. She has more things to. Yes, obviously worry about your kids getting into college, but like she's not running around gossiping.
Let's have some priorities.
Yeah,
Your
like-
children doing well in school.
Fuck them.
Fuck
Like
'em. No, but I do think
I
there's
just-
so
I
many
can't.
amazing women in their 50s, especially in New York City, with the craziest
that's what
jobs.
I'm saying.
They should do a show where one of them like gets asked to do Housewives and she doesn't know what she should do. Like, make it realistic.
Put us in the writer's room.
Put us
That's
in
what
the
I'm
writer's
saying.
room.
Carrie Bradshaw is also such an iconic television character. She chose to get married, not have children. Her husband died. She's now dating someone else. I'm sure that's so relatable to so many women, but it's like, why aren't you talking about the fact that she didn't have kids? Like,
It's
why don't you bring
huge.
that? Why doesn't she? There be a whole
They just
episode
don't
on
talk about it.
They don't really talk about it. She just kind of says like, "Oh, I didn't have children,"
But I
it's
also
like,
think that's so relatable to so many friend groups who like one friend decided to have 7 kids, one friend has not.
I just wanted
One friend wanted kids, didn't have them.
I just wanted it to be more serious. And it's
Mm.
like, okay, this is like not a real. Your storyline is like sitcom-y. I thought it was gonna be more like
I wonder if it's like different editors or different writers.
it's gotta be.
It has to be because
I mean, the fashion is a little wonky too. I'm like, guys, I get it. It's like different, and no one. It's very Emily in Paris. Like it's over the top. I mean, Carrie always looks gorge,
yeah.
but like, no, it makes me sad.
No, it makes me sad too.
It makes me sad. And so now I've like been watching the old stuff because I'm like, no, those are the girls. That's their personalities. Their new personalities. Not even them.
Maybe this is them in a different lifetime where maybe they took Botox and it hit them wrong. No, they don't do work on their face, which, you know, never mind. I don't know what's happening.
Thank you for trying to make me feel better and epically failing, but I just had to get it off my chest.
I go to plays now.
No, what is going on?
Because I think I'm better than you. I go, oh, you watched Sex and the City last night? I was at a play. I was where
Wait.
Will Archer saw. For people who don't know, I'm trying to go out to the Hamptons
I
this
got
summer.
into the elevator today to come here, and my sweet, sweet, sweet next door neighbor, he looks at me and he goes, "Did you go to the Tony Awards last night?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." And then in my head, I was like, "Little do you know, on my podcast, I fucking hate musicals." I was like, "No, but it looked like a lovely evening."
So, the one thing I think you should see, it's not a musical, so get that smug look off your face, is Oh Mary. Have you heard of Oh Mary? No. So Cola Scola wrote a play.
Pardon?
Their name is Cola Scola.
Are they part of the Coca-Cola fortune?
They may or may not be.
Okay, sick.
They wrote a play about if Abraham Lincoln's murder was actually good for Mary Todd Lincoln, his wife. And that Mary Todd Lincoln is an alcoholic wannabe cabaret singer. And how she like...
Why did they make Mary Todd Lincoln Luann de Lesseps? What, like, they're like, she'll have a cabaret show.
And there's hints that Abraham Lincoln...
Was gay.
It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I don't know if it was like... At first I was like, is it just like the room or the vibes? I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I don't laugh at things. I went
Sorry,
to see
wait,
it-
why is it so funny to actually think about how many gay men there had to have been in the 1700s?
They're all gay.
I mean, capris were trending. You think a straight man did capris?
They wore wigs whenever they had a meeting.
There was someone that was like,
Unnecessary.
wait, what about a high sock?
They wore ballet flats. Ballet flats.
Someone said, wait, let me put a bow. I think that'd be adorable.
Also, they were like, I don't want to write without a feather at the end of my pen.
Someone was like, did you see George's curls? Like, no, literally get a proper blowout.
Straight men with a full blowout weave and then writing with feather pens. It's giving Legally Blonde.
No, it's literally
Then their signatures were, I'm sorry, like so
gorgeous.
Listen,
Gorgeous.
I've seen my brother write his own name. He looks like a fucking 4-year-old. These guys are writing like in John Hancock. That's a gay signature.
How'd you even get that last name? That was around the time where you could pick them yourself.
Also, hot take, only men are allowed to go to war. It's giving golf trip.
No.
It's giving you guys all just want to go hang out and fight
kiss each other.
And then they love their accessories when they go to war too.
No, the colonial men were gay.
the like artfulness of their outfits is crazy.
I need a historian who like specializes in gay men in the 1700s.
It's one thing if when they went to war they were wearing like armor.
Right.
They literally just wearing fancy outfits.
Because if you compare them to like the who are like the
Gladiators?
Norwegians.
Oh,
Okay, the gladiators.
Or the Vikings.
The Vikings.
The Vikings had like bones of
yeah,
animal
the Vikings
tusks in
like
their head.
are you could tell they're
Apparently they like created STDs, the Vikings. Like they spread their fucking seed.
I could so see that.
But like they probably had nice blue eyes.
Yeah. They had really good hair, I feel like, too.
Sorry, just
But
had a
anyway,
sex
so
dream.
then like I feel like the colonial men were like, I'm not loving the hat wear.
Also, this is fucked up, but like it's hard to know if someone's British or just
gay.
gay. And like we are descendants, a lot of us, of the Brits that came in. Not me and you.
No, not us.
Not us, but it was the Brits, the Dutch.
We're not responsible.
We're not involved in any of the original drama.
No, this play is not about us.
We
Not
were
about us.
trying to like make tomatoes.
No. No.
There was olive oil involved. We don't know what they
Yeah.
were doing. Were we fighting the mafia in Sicily? Yes. But
Yeah,
that's
we were
our own
doing
issue.
literally other
We
things.
were doing other
but
things. So anyway, the show was
So anywho,
amazing.
Tom
Go
Jefferson-
see O'Mary. But it's funny because I was like, I'm not gonna like this play about history. I hate history.
Mhm.
I don't want to know about. I mean, we should learn from.
I
history.
do love a period piece.
You love a period piece. The funniest thing about Closed School is they were like, I did literally zero research on her, and this is just how I felt.
There's so many political figures and men that there's like, I feel like so many rumors that they're gay. Like there's a
Yeah.
rumor that JFK was gay.
Yeah.
His best friend never got married.
There's a lot of roommate stories.
A lot of roommates.
If you're going to the south of France together, that's a honeymoon, babe.
You're coming over for Christmas dinner. You're sleeping together that night. I mean, let's.
I do have to say, now that we're in our 30s, if you meet a guy in his 30s with a roommate, gay.
Yeah.
Figure it out. I'd rather you have a studio.
Why don't more men want to be gay? We would like you so much more. Come out.
I do think, though, in Hollywood, it's still like archaic where
Yeah.
if you find out the guy's gay, he's not going to get the leading Hollywood roles. So that's why a lot of them are in the
No,
closet.
all the Bridgerton men are gay, and I still love them.
Are they? Wait,
Just one, but
is Jonathan Bailey and
gay?
when I watched Wicked, I touched myself to him.
No, his season of Bridgerton, like his sex scenes with like the girl that he ends up marrying.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know-
like I'm in it.
Do you know why I love gay men, which goes back to the beginning of what we talked about? Because they are the ultimate. I can never have them.
Mhm.
Like they
The ultimate challenge.
The ultimate challenge. I'm like, that man will never want to fuck
Yeah.
me, and that is my type.
Yeah,
That is my
yeah.
type to a
That's
T.
biological. They don't want to fuck you.
No, Jonathan Bailey is
So good looking.
Mm.
So good looking.
Also, I watched the Tonys last night because I was. a
Oh,
gay
they
man in
were
past
on
life.
TV?
They were on TV last night.
Oh, I didn't even know.
I know. Well, I didn't tell you because it was a
Yeah.
lot of singing, so I assumed.
I mean, I couldn't imagine.
but it started
singing.
with his thing. It started with Cynthia Erivo.
Okay.
And she's like, I think she's gonna go down as like a Whitney Houston of our generation.
I feel like they're gonna get like a ton of Oscars this year.
I just think it's weird that they didn't give them anything before, because I don't like that whole like, well, wait for part 2 to come out. I want my shit now.
Yeah, but I think that's true.
That's so annoying though. The
I
politics
didn't even know there
behind
was
it.
a part 2 until a couple months ago.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about what's gonna happen. No one tell me a
I don't-
spoiler.
I'd assume they're not doing another press tour.
Oh, they are.
Oh,
I mean, these poor girls.
yeah.
But what's interesting about Cynthia Erivo is she actually had an album come out in 2021 that
Mhm.
no one listened to.
Mm.
And then Ariana gave her some like positivity,
Mhm.
and also like Wicked did so well, but now she's like has another album coming out. But it's just so interesting. There's so many talented people that like put stuff out there and no one listens to it.
Yeah.
And it's like you wonder, it's so great that Cynthia found her way for us to be able to watch her host the Oscars and be amazing.
Host the Tonys.
Sorry, the Tonys.
Oh, she hosted.
Yeah, she was the
Fuck
host.
yeah.
Yeah, she's like dominating.
Did she have like a ton of outfit changes?
So many. She's
Yeah.
wearing Schiaparelli in the
I
beginning,
mean,
which you know is our brand.
You love.
I'm obsessed with
You're a
Schiaparelli.
muse.
I'm a muse of Schiaparelli. They reach out, hey, we saw the Daphne shirt and we know you're behind it. Ben Stiller was there, which was random.
Why is Ben Stiller popping up everywhere?
Well, he made a joke about the Knicks game. He's like, men love talking about the Knicks. Right
Yeah,
now.
they
go,
love it.
Yeah, the Knicks lost. I know there's a big crossover between theater and sports fans, which is kind of funny. People laugh.
That's funny.
He's
funny.
Yeah, what else? Adam Lambert was there.
Okay.
I love Adam Lambert.
Yeah.
Let him sing more.
Let
Let
him.
him sing. Nicole Scherzinger
Yeah,
won.
love her.
She won a Tony.
Oh, and you saw that play.
And I saw
wow,
that play.
you're sorry.
No, I'm like in it.
No.
I'm like, okay, interesting. I'm keeping
I
notes.
feel like me talking shit about musical theater, it's like gonna get to a point where you're like, can you stop?
Wait, can I put out I just had a intuitive moment.
Yeah.
The same way how you were like, I hate cats, and I was like, now it's
No.
my mission.
No. No.
In 4 years,
These-
she's gonna be starring as Roxy on Broadway.
No. No. Well, if the money's right, obviously.
Wait, I go to plays now.
No, you like go to plays now. I will say, I went out on a date one time with this one guy. It was like maybe like our second or third date. Or was it our first? No, had to have
No,
been
that
like our
would've been
second or first. Yeah, that would have been insane.
Insane.
And we went to a play. And I remember feeling like so New York City.
What do you
We left at, I was going to say halftime. We left at,
It does feel so New York.
it's so New York.
I honestly prefer it to a movie.
Okay, come on. Now you've hit your head.
When like going to the movies. Like if I'm gonna go somewhere, I want to
Are
see
you
people
kidding
like
me?
sweat. I wanna
You're
see people work.
sick.
I
You want to
to
sit in a chair that's 2 sizes too small and stand in a line and they don't even really have any good
I
snacks.
just have raisinets. You know they do 8 shows a week. It kind of
The
made our
schedule.
tour.
Look,
It's
no,
crazy. They're all dying.
honestly.
they're all literally. We're at the Tonys. Like I'm so tired. Thank you. I have to go
No,
to bed. My
anyone
play's
on
tomorrow.
Broadway listened to like my beta blogger episode and was like, fucking loser. Like, suck it off. No, that's all I say when I go to plays. I'm like, and then they're gonna do this again.
I told you I had a demonic ex-boyfriend who was like so negative all the time, and he was definitely depressed. But like I didn't see it because
Guys,
he was tall.
so hot though.
He was so hot, and he was miserable to be around, but no
Yeah.
one knew.
Mhm.
Everyone was just like, "You guys are so happy together." But
Yeah.
I'm like, why, when I'm with him, do I feel like the world is full of doom and gloom?
Yeah.
I told this story before, but it's just so funny. At the end of the first half, he looks at me and he's like, "This place is so obvious. This play, it's so stupid." And like, he's smart. So
Oh, you've told me this story,
Yes.
and he was like, you were like, he's gonna kill himself.
he goes, "It's obvious the main guy's gonna kill himself." I said, "What?" And I assume like he knows things because he's smart and tall and hot.
Mhm.
And I was like, wow, I literally missed that. I didn't see any inkling
Yeah.
that the man was gonna kill himself. And I'm like, this is gonna be really heavy, this play. So like it goes back on, and the whole time I'm like, that man's about to die. Like he's gonna take his whole life.
Lives.
No one died. No one died. I left that play. I said, "You're a sick fuck.
Yeah, you should see.
Get out of my
help.
life." Dated him for 6 more months.
Yeah. We have to plan your escape.
But it is funny when you see like A-list people like Sarah Snook.
Yeah.
Shiv Roy from Succession.
You're just like saying, oh, yes.
very in the theater
okay,
community.
yeah.
And
She's
then-
on Broadway?
Yes, the star of Hacks has her own show on Broadway.
No way. Oh, yeah, I did see that advertised.
And then George Clooney. I think
George Clooney has a
He's
show.
on babe, you were so
When? This summer?
It's been.
Hold on.
It's called, I forget.
George Clooney is currently in New York right now
Doing Broadway.
doing a stint on Broadway.
Yes.
Well, who's at the Lake Como house?
So it's interesting how these A-listers like have all the money in the world. They've done all the biggest things. And
Yeah.
they're like, you know what I want to do? Like torture myself doing Broadway, but it's such a beautiful art, I guess.
Well, here's the thing, too.
They want an EGOT?
There was no TikTok. There was no nothing. It was theater camps. If you wanted to be an actress, it was like you have to go to this camp as a child in the summer, or
So
it was
they
like
all probably have theater training is what you're saying.
yeah. So like that is, I feel like how you broke into entertainment. Think about how many people they were probably friends with that they like came up and now they're like, oh, let's like all be in it. Where we have kids like posting on YouTube
Yeah.
and then rising to fame. So there's
Yeah.
no like.
But like after watching O'Mary, I was like, do we need to write a play? Like Paige is like,
No.
I haven't slept in 32
tired.
years. I'm
Like,
tired,
this-
Grandpa.
No, we're not writing a play, okay?
Wait, you as
I
Roxy
can't.
though?
No. No. Do you know how not only
I'm
is
a
that
manager.
like physical energy, it's mentally. You have to memorize everything. You have to memorize the
You're
dance numbers.
so good at memorization.
I am really good at memorization. I will say that. But then you have to physically go out there and do it. No.
Were you ever diagnosed with dyslexia?
No.
I just wanted to know.
Did I say something recent?
No.
No, I definitely am something, but I'm too old now. They're like,
Too late.
I can't do any of the testing. They're like, you don't have to take an exam. It'll figure itself out. That's been my response to everything.
The
lately.
kinks get worked out over time.
It'll figure itself out.
Last weekend, Des had shows in Stamford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
And as a not a joke, but like I was like, oh, wouldn't it be fun if like I went with you and I like opened for you? But I was like joking.
I love you're always letting the gigglers in on like, okay, so last time I tried hanging out with my husband. This is how we went about it.
He on burner phone does this whole thing. He's like, I have a surprise guest coming to my Connecticut show. Like, I don't want to say who it is, but it's a big surprise. And we get off and I go, who are you talking about? He goes, you. I was like, oh, I just said that. Like I didn't say it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well, you don't have to. But like I kind of hinted at it.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, we're driving an hour and a half to Stamford, Connecticut. But it was fun because I got to like kind of surprise the gigglers and go on stage.
What were the vibes that Connecticut was giving? Like, will I move there and like have a family?
Greenwich is fancy. Like we had to go through Greenwich. It's its own world. It has a lot of greenery. Chris is from Connecticut. Do you want to speak to it, Chris?
I think Paige ends up in Greenwich.
In Connecticut?
Yeah.
In Greenwich specifically.
Yeah.
How far is it from the city?
Probably under an hour to get to Greenwich.
Yeah.
Your kids are going to be such little douches.
Fact.
Such dicks.
Not you, Chris.
Really, I do wonder, like, if we both, like, have boys, like, I feel like how many times in my head, like, when they're teenagers, I'll just be like, you're the worst.
Because at the end of the day, they will be boys.
Yeah.
I hate
can't
to
give-
say boys will be boys.
No, I can't give birth to a boy.
You're literally like adding to the world ending.
I hate to say it, but like I feel like I keep being like, oh my god, I can't give birth to a boy. I feel like I'm gonna be such a boy mom. I feel like I'm almost gonna like too girly to be a girly mom because I'm like, no, that's mine. Actually, I can't have that.
Well, Angel, our psychic, said
Yeah.
there is a
Oh,
boy
yeah,
waiting
yeah.
to come. So I think it's fully
I think I
gonna be
love
a
a
boy.
boy first.
I
No.
think it's going to be a boy. Last thing, I don't know if we're starting this at the very end, but have you considered like raising your kids in the city?
Yeah.
Because I could see that for you if
Me
you're not like
too.
freaked out. It has incredible schools. The kids grow up around like more diversity and like more just
Culture.
culture, which is like shapes who you are for a long time.
They're gonna go to the ballet.
they could go to a play.
Yeah, I want them to be in a music theater camp just to see if they like it.
Yeah.
And I want my daughter to walk out and be like, this shit is lame. And I'm like, that's my girl.
I was
Get in the car.
I was hanging out with a mom in Connecticut this weekend, and she has kids who are like 16 and 12, and she literally looks at them and she's like, if you guys are gay, like, I actually want you to be. Like, it would be, and the boys are like, we're not gay. And she's like, but if you are, I would love you still. Are you sure you're not? She's like bothering. She's like, are you sure you're not gay?
Me
I
too.
think you are.
Literally every ex-boyfriend. I'm like, I'd love you
I go,
more if you were, please.
Do you think
come
he's
out.
hot? Do you think he's hot? It's just so crazy, the different generations. I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's okay.
And I think that's how we know.
And that's how we'll wrap it up.
That's how we know we're done.
Daphne is officially out, launched. Thank you so much for ordering.
She's
I'm like,
alive.
and if we do run out of certain things, I just want to say this. If we do run out of certain things, we'll be restocking like later in the summer. I have one dress that like we're definitely putting out this summer because I need it to be out. So if you weren't able to purchase anything, don't worry, we're gonna. But also it could have not been sold out. But I don't know. Now I'm like, oh. But anyway, thank you guys.
We love you guys. Bye.